So let us learn about this using of SimOP with semaphore structure with an example. Let me initially take that there's a semaphore variable S and its value is initialized to 1. This is the semaphore which is created with the help of SCM get system call. So it was created and its initial value is 1. Let us assume for the time point. So when I have to work with SimOP system call, first of all, my job is I need to create the structure SimBuff. And SimBuff is a structure whose template I need to fill with data I need to declare. So I am preparing my SimBuff. Let me take the variable of the semaphore to be A. So I am filling the data. So as I have only one semaphore here, which is S, and as it is only one, its number identification is with 0. So I take 0, which identifies the semaphore, S equal to 1. Okay, now I take the SimOP value to be -1. I don't want to imagine. I don't want to wait. This is how I have initialized the structure. Structure is initialized whose template of the SimBuff structure template is part of sim.h header file. We have to fill that with data. So my semaphore, I have only one identified with 0. So 0, comma. I would like to take sim underscore op value to be -1. Then flag, I would like to write IPC underscore no wait. Now in place of IPC underscore no wait, I can even write 0. It is left to your choice. Now, as the structure is ready, now in the entry section, I need to call SimOP system call. In the exit section also, I need to call the same SimOP system. Now, I'll be writing inside my entry section, as I said, a function which is called as mylog. So, inside this mylog, I'll be calling SimOP system call. Okay, let me even write the creation of the semaphore. A long integer number. I wanted to have only one semaphore. Similarly, now it's a public channel I want to create or access if it is already existing. If it is not there, then I need even to give the permissions. So this is how I created. Because of my write-up like this variable is created inside with an imagination that it has one inside. Now, in my program, I am going to I have created the structure, filled it with the data in this manner. Now, in entry section, I need to call mylog. So, I am defining the mylog function here. So, I write SID. I need to pass the address of the structure. This structure, second parameter 1, which is second one, and last one as 1. Because I have done only one operation. In this structure, I have only one structure variable. It's not an array, it's only one structure variable. So I have gone with writing 1. If suppose I am making this structure as array of structures, A of 2, if I write 2 structures of this type, then which one are you trying to pass is what you need to mention inside the third parameter of SimOP. Let me put that inside if. Check against less than 0, I'll print out saying that error. So this goes to be my function mylog. Similarly, in the exit section, I will be calling my unlock function, whose definition I am trying to do here. So same as the above, I need to call SimOP with SID, and for which I need to have this particular structure. So I'll be going and creating another one. SimBuff, let me take it to be B. Now with semaphore, it's again 0. Now I'll give the sim underscore op value as 1. Then I'll write apc underscore no wait. This is the second structure which I will be using for exit section in my unlock. So I need to pass the address and I have only one structure being defined. So if it is less than 0, I'll again print out an error. This is how we need to write that. Now, how does this exactly work is what is important for us to understand here. Now, when I call this sim underscore OP, when this system call executes, as I was talking in the previous video, first I need to go and check which semaphore is it. It is SID. What is SID? This is the SID. Which semaphore? A semaphore which was created with a key 123L. Where is it? This is the one. This is the semaphore. Okay, there is a semaphore with SID identification. The SID takes me directly to this one. Now, what is the structure you passed? You passed a structure with variable as A. So, I come back to this A. Now, in this structure, which one am I going to concentrate and check on? I need to check on this particular one value. I need to go and check on this second parameter sim underscore OP. So now the three conditions that we saw, if you could recollect them, sim underscore OP, if it is negative, what exactly we need to do? Take a gap, think on that. Yeah. So I think you could get with an answer. So if sim underscore OP is negative, the very first step is find the absolute value of that negative number. So this absolute value for me comes out to be 1. Now what is that I should do? Compare this 1 against the semaphore value. Why am I coming here? Because I have given SID. This SID from here takes me to this. From here takes me to this. So when I say SID semaphore, which semaphore is it? It is this S is equal to 1 which I am checking. So I have to compare this absolute value of 1 against the semaphore. What is the condition saying? The semaphore value must be either greater than or equal to the absolute value of sim OP of the structure A. Now if I check, the absolute value of the sim OP of A is 1 for me, and this 1 value must be less than or equal to semaphore value. Semaphore value. Which semaphore value? S semaphore value. What is it? 1. So 1 less than or equal to 1, it is matched. So as the condition is being matched, your sim OP will not come back with a negative number and it is not going to block the process. It will allow the process which has done this job. Let us imagine that we have done all these operations staying in which one? Staying in a process called P1. P1 process. So P1 process currently executes, checks with SimOP above the critical section for having an entry. So it checks through mylog, it goes through SimOP system call, checks against the structure A, finds the value to be -1, finds the absolute, compares that with the semaphore value. So it finds that the semaphore value is either greater or equal to the 1 value. So the process will be allowed. That is one part. Second, accordingly, the semaphore value, as you are allowing the process to go further, your process P1 will be going down and the semaphore value will be added up with this value of -1. So when 1 gets added with -1, you end up with what value? 0. So what is the current value of mine in semaphore? Current value of semaphore at this point is 0. Now P1, where is it? P1, as it was successful in doing this job, finishes the mylog function. After the mylog function, if you remember in the entry section, you have the entry into critical section. Your process P1 has gone into critical section now. P1 is in critical section. Let's imagine that there's a process P2 which tries to enter into critical section. So what it should do? Critical section maintained by this semaphore only, it is trying to access. So it again passes through the same stature. It goes for as the semaphore is already created, it goes for accessing it. The access part of that semaphore, it gets in SID. Then before entering into critical section, it is allowed or made to pass through mylog function. So it comes to SimOP again, accesses through SID. SID takes me to this as what is the current value of it? It is 0 now. So I am making it to check out with the help of SimOP part of the structure called A. So what do I find? SimOP value to be -1. Now what I do? As I have done it earlier, so I go finding the absolute value of -1. So absolute value of -1 would be 1 now for me. So I rewrite it again, the second step. So I find the absolute value of 1 to be -1 to be, sorry, 1 for me. Right. Now here, this 1 is compared against the semaphore value which is 0. So what is the condition? The semaphore value must be either greater than or equal to the absolute value of SimOP. Now, semaphore value is 0. 0 greater than or equal to 1, condition fails. So as the condition fails, the process is blocked in SimOP system call. The P2 process is blocked and the process is not allowed to go further out of this line. It is held up inside SimOP system call only till when? Till P1 is in the critical section. P3 process comes, P3 also will be flowing in the same manner. Semaphore value 0 greater than or equal to 1, which is absolute value of SimOP. Again it fails. P2 or P3 also will be blocked under SimOP. So how many ever processes come, they all will be blocked under SimOP without any doubt. Now, at some point on the other, the critical section part by the P1 process would have been completed. Then P1 will be going into exit where we have a call for myUnlock system, myUnlock function here. MyUnlock function starts functioning with SimOP again in the exit section. Now, so again SimOP system call is called here over SID. So what is my SID? SID is a semaphore having 0 value now. With what am I working now? I am passed a variable of the structure called B. Now with which one? SimOP of B structure. This is the one on which we will be working currently. Sorry. So this is what we are trying to check at this point. So what do we have? It's a positive number. So take time again here to think about what will be the condition or what is that scenario that happens when SimOP value becomes as positive number. So when SimOP value is a positive number, you have nothing to do, simply add this value to the semaphore. So I take this value, go to the original value, add up, you get 1 and let the process go further. So your P1 process is out of critical section, finished its exit section, goes further in its area. Now the process P2 which is held here now checks this semaphore value getting modified to 1. Okay, then again follows the condition absolute -1 is 1. Semaphore value 1 greater than or equal to 1 is matched. So your SimOP wakes up your process of P2, allows that into critical section. This continues further for any other area. So this is how the semaphore is allowed or used with the help of SimOP system call, taking help of SimBuff structures, SimOP variable. Don't get confused between SimOP system call, Sim_OP variable here. This is a variable, this is a system call. Both have the same name. Difference is one has an underscore, the other does not have. So we'll help you to allow only one process into critical section, stopping rest all.